Today's video is going to talk very briefly about the performance of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. However, before I jump in, there's a question from an audience member of mine that I want to try to answer. Those of you who are listening to this video, you probably noticed that my voice is pretty low, and there's a reason for that that goes into this answer. Thought about it, I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and put it out there. This audience member of mine said, I have to know how you basically teach school, which is my full-time job, make these videos, having a family, and then making a video game. Please explain your ways and take me under your wings on your grind ethic. I appreciate the compliment, and I have to say, this is just coming from time spent in the art. There has been a lot of time to practice a lot of what it is that I do as a content creator. So let me just quickly answer like I did answer him so that he can see some things. Number one, I have multiple workstations. I know some of you have said it in the past, but I do have a small PC set up in our bedroom. When the kids are playing and making noise and yelling or, doing their, lessons and whatnot, I can come into this small corner in the bedroom and actually, do some work. But I was here and our little girl fell asleep behind me. So she's literally on the bed. Mom wants her sleeping. So I actually have to make this video as quietly as I possibly can. And so that's one of the flexible sides in terms of the content creation. Another thing too is depending on how you make your content, I usually don't edit much. I think I'll edit 2 videos every 200 videos these days, because over time I kind of learned from making the division content that you can pretty much just make your videos and just be as organic as you possibly can. Your ums and uhs, those things that you think you probably need to cut out of your game. Yes, you eventually probably get to the point where you get to cut them out if you want to edit, or you just leave them in because you're speaking normally to normal people. And I understand the creative value of edited videos. I do. And by the way, if you're wondering about the performance, just look on the top left corner of the screen. It's telling us everything we need to know. And I understand that creative venture, but again, you really have to understand that yes, you're limited on time, and just speak, say what you want to talk about. In this video, I want to talk about the performance of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle being pristine. I'm running it on an RTX 4080. I'm running it with a Ryzen 3900X, and I'm running my Afterburner, and I'm looking at the performance, and I am just quite pleased that I'm getting a game that I could play that's doing well. I also had to play the game on my other build, which is something that I like to do. Because again, I was in the bedroom and the kids were playing, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and play this game on my other PC that is in my office, and behold, it kept crashing. It's an AMD device, the one that I just built. Remember, if you guys have been watching the videos, little girl is over here adjusting. She's probably gonna wake up. And on that build, I literally was in a position where it was crashing. So as it was crashing and all, I literally just had to update my drivers, and once I updated my drivers, it worked out. So I tried some path tracing options yesterday. I know there's been some videos of people who have done path tracing and all of that. Honestly, I'm not really crazy about it, to be honest. And all the path tracing stuff is off, and I'm getting somewhere around, like, on average about 80 to 100 FPS and whatever it is. But the reason I'm getting is that because I'm also recording on the same PC, so my FPS is not going to factor in, because OBS holds down a lot of your CPU usage. In fact, if I could show you guys here, it will make a bit of sense. While the game is running, let me see if I can switch up my scene to have a desktop side to it. Okay, so this is my desktop. I'll go ahead and show you guys a control task manager, sorry. And we should be able to see task manager show us exactly what's going on. So you see my CPU usage is at 86% here. Like, it is insane. Great Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is holding about 60 something percent. And then OBS is 9.5%. So that is a significant number in terms of CPU usage. And so your FPS is going to take a hit. Then in terms of memory, both of them are also sharing a lot of resources. I probably need to go more in terms of RAM for this PC and do something like, say, 64. Let me go ahead and look at my Let me look at my apps and see, let me look at my hardware and see what's going on. So memory, I'm using about 31 gigs or so, and the frequency is pretty low. It's like cheap RAM, 2667 mega transfers or megahertz or whatever it is that it's called. And I strongly believe that, it could help if I had a little bit more RAM for some processes. But again, the performance is already good enough for me. And that's one thing about me. Again, if I'm already hitting my 60 FPS, I'm fine. I'm not really interested too much in doing extreme frame rates. This monitor is only 165 FPS, and if I stop recording, it will basically go to about 100 FPS, and then it will max out and cap out at some kind of a frame, whatever it is. So let's see. Let me go back to Indiana Jones. Yikes! I think I lost that. I lost that setup. Was it here? And there we go. Yep. Oh, the game crashed as I was doing all that, as I was recording and everything. So yeah, that can also happen too, because again, you're stressing your resources to try to do all of this. And so this is where you can even see some challenges at the end of the day when you've already gone crazy and just stress out your computer. Now, if I was using my 5500X, I would literally get a lot more in terms of better performance when it comes to I'll be able to multitask. But this game is a CPU heavy game. I mean, it did you just see that hugging in terms of CPU usage? It was wild just now. But if you're not doing anything extra, like using 10% of your CPU to go, record and, run the game on high, your game won't crash. So that's also another, aspect of the conversation that, you're going to see. So again, this is how I make my videos. I make them and I don't worry too much. I could go back and start editing where the thing crashed, but screw that. You guys want to see a real picture of what the heck is going on. So I want to show you a real picture of what in the world is going on. So I hope that answered the question. And I like this game. It really makes you feel like you have quick resume going on. You see it? Like, but I mean, it's a save state, but it's not quick resume. Quick resume is better. It just fires up and goes straight there. But this kind of puts you in a place where, you feel like you're using quick resume. I really do like it. Let's see the second part of your question that you asked, Lil Devin. You said, explain your ways and all that, and how you make video games. As for video games, I've had to outsource that. I was learning Unreal Engine before, back in I think I started like in 2020, and I started learning Unreal Engine, and I got really proficient and understanding a lot of different things. But making a video game is it's impossible. I used to dog on developers a lot. Like, I used to be so, oh, I'm upset the developers did this. And then I learned very quickly that developers are facing so many strains on top of the difficulty of making a game. It's insane how much difficulty you see goes into video game development. And at the end of the day, a developer, has to deal with their publisher. They have to deal with everything. And, some developers, especially in today's day and age, to be honest, they don't make it easy, right? They literally want to come out here and they want to say crap and all that. And gamers, are quick to dish it out too. But, at the end of the day, it really does, lend to the reality of developers having to, work with all of this. And I'd say if a developer is truly busy and truly a master of their craft, they also have the capability of learning how to shut up. Most developers these days are young. They don't really know how to temper their emotions. And so, they don't have that. In my opinion, I'm not saying it's just the age. We've seen some that are not young that have just basically made a nuisance out of themselves, right? And so again, and I understand they're coming from a frustrated position. They've had to deal with management, deal with a lot of things, and all of this put together is a challenge for them. And so that difficulty in making video games is huge. And so that's why you see that I usually will leave developers out of a lot of conversations and then just want to talk about their games. And I'm happy that this game actually just performs well. I don't play a lot of FPS games. I remember playing Metro Exodus, and Metro Exodus, basically, this guy wants to fight. Hold on, let me beat on this fool for a bit. I'm just waiting for him. Yeah, yay. And then he's gone. I remember playing Metro Exodus for a little bit, and yeah, there were a few performance issues here and there, FPS game, blah blah blah. But you know, by and large, it was a decent experience. But this experience has been really cool. I mean, I'm locking 60 FPS even while capturing video. That's good. I mean, indoors. I'm sure outdoors. I know for sure outdoors the FPS tanked. They got to like the 40s. But again, I just showed you the CPU usage, so you can definitely understand that this game, yeah, it's gonna use all the juice it can get in terms of your hardware. And I'm running it on high too, so definitely getting more, chunks out of it in that regard. Anyways, if you were wondering how the video game Fight School Kai does it, then yeah, this is it. I mean, and I have OBS too. OBS is actually quite nice. I don't have a switcher on this unit. There will be the Stream Deck, which you can push buttons and you can program and map those buttons to specific things. And once you click it, it will open a browser. I just I use manual mouse clicks to do stuff on this. My workstation, but on my other workstation, I have a mini Stream Deck. It doesn't make a difference. I made videos without them, so I forget about it sometimes, but it's just a lot of practice. And then finally, I have to say the Video Game Fight School channel is an area that I'm passionate about. Video game discussions is something that I like doing. I've always wanted to do. And I have to go back and show you my other channel. My main channel, the Gamer Dad channel, was one that I made videos on Tom Clancy's The Division about years ago. It was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy, doing that. But when I would take a break from the Division 1 to the Division 2, I wanted to try out other content, and the content I wanted to try out was the general, style content. Going out to talk about the gaming industry at large, about EA, microtransactions, those things that were important about 2016, 2017. And I was always, I was having a blast when I did that. And it grew. But in making videos in this channel, it taught me a lot about YouTube. It taught me a lot of what to bother about and not to bother about. I used to make thumbnails that were so intricate. I would spend hours making thumbnails, and then I learned and said, just make your thumbnail legible. I saw a YouTuber that would just write the thumbnail on a whiteboard and just post it. I was like, that's wild. And then I just stopped worrying about that. But this is my first channel. And it's kind of on a hiatus right now. I make a video once in a while. My latest video was 5 days ago, and then before that was a month ago, and I'm just covering Division stuff and Ubisoft stuff from time to time. But this is a very heavily involved channel. You have to play the game, farm the gear to make videos. For the Video Game Fight School channel, I don't have to do that. I just have to play whichever game I want, and the gaming industry is, as it's transforming, it's giving news and it's giving, topics that are good for discussion at the end of the day. So here, let me see my videos. My most popular video on this particular channel, I think I did like almost 500,000 views. That was 5 years ago. And then, I was doing some really good views. And then, because the community started to shrink, the views just started getting smaller and smaller. But I'm not really worried about the views. I love the consistency, being able to just make the content consistently, whether you get 20 views or 30 views is not really a big deal. And that's one more detail. And then when it comes to game development, yeah, like I said, I'm working with some really skilled and talented people who are able to help me with a lot of stuff so that I can actually make videos. The goal is that I just keep making videos. Everybody is understood that's helping work on my game that we will all do what we're good at. That's it. We're not going to try to go do something we're not good at unless it's extremely necessary. And so finding the right fit for anybody who's doing a project is always beautiful. Like, sometimes it's a hard experience, because this guy could probably do something or this gal could probably do something, but in reality, they shouldn't be doing it because they're better at doing this one thing. And that's where we are, just organizing and trying to figure out, like, okay, who's going to be doing what and when they're going to be doing what and all of the above. So my gaming sessions are very, very, how do I put them? They're very intentional. Like when I game, it's an intentional piece as well. So right now I'm just chilling here making this video, trying to get the content out and answer this question. And then I'm going to go hang with the kids for a little bit. I'm going to teach them a few things that I want them to learn I have some academic modules for them at home too. I mean, I'm a school teacher, so their life is gonna be, they're gonna have a lot of stuff to do. And then we have some traditions that we do at home, like TV shows that we watch together. I source like some of the good stuff from back in the day that I didn't watch in some cases, and some stuff that I did watch. We were watching Justice League for a while there. All of I think they have 2 or 3 seasons. And then I have Batman the Animated Series all on DVD physical for us to all watch, so I can kind of walk them through. Batman's my favorite superhero. And then also Avatar is what we're watching. That's what we're heavy on right now. The kids are loving Avatar. And I've never seen it before, so it's nice for me to see after years of friends telling me, did you watch Avatar? And I never got to watch it. I mean, I guess I was kind of older then as well. Okay. Comment section. Thanks for watching. Peace out.